My house in Portland is in escrow. One thing after the other, it's just, I feel worked over like this constantly. And I was feeling so crazed earlier. Besides work concerns, I just couldn't get it together to do it. The fear, it's like the fear currents that I was dealing with last night were just overwhelming. And the thought story is, what if my house doesn't close? I've got a dead market in Portland. I'm totally burdened. I so want it out of my fucking life. So want it done. We've got water leaking in the basement. Some pump isn't working.
I want you to close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath. Okay, take another one. All the way into the belly of your being. Take one more and see if you can just follow that breath all the way into your inner landscape without the mind. Okay. And now, tell me if there's a problem. Yeah. So I just want to remind you, and I know how challenging it is in the human condition. Nothing has gone wrong. Life is shaking you up for a reason. It's helping to break away that cracked mud facade of who you think you are, that trained and programmed aspect of self that believes that something could go wrong. Nothing is happening. Nothing is going wrong. The house will sell in perfect timing. The divine is in charge of it, not you. And so every time you say, I want to just be fucking rid of it, that is such a huge energetic push, resistance to what is. So if you can notice that and take 3 conscious breaths and just drop again back into the belly of your being and see if you can do that 100 times a day, just in little spurts. And what happens, this exercise, this very, very tiny, simple practice helps create trust in the universe and cut the cord to the illusory self, that false self, the one that freaks out over all the things that look like could go wrong, are going wrong, or might go wrong. None of that is yours. It's not even real. It's the mind creating problems and then going crazy trying to figure out how to fix them.
Right.
Right?
I'm really happy you said what you just said, and I remembered you saying something like this at one point in the past. It was kind of like the reminders. I feel like I'm really on this one, and maybe the breath part is probably important to add to that because I haven't been doing that, but just finding what is, and then as soon as I find what isness, it's like there's peace.
Right.
Yeah.
Keep trusting life and keep surrendering to what is. And don't believe what the trained mind and humanity is feeding you. It's possible, I suppose, but what if it's not possible? What if that's not your path? And so to just do the best you can in the moment, following the guidance of your highest essence that you have access to. And you can only operate at the level of consciousness that you have access to in any given moment. So you cannot push any further than where you are, and to trust that, and to trust that life itself is in charge, and to just keep breathing into that. If the house doesn't sell and you go broke and you live under a bridge, it's because that's what spirit and form came to experience. You cannot derail that. So to continue just letting go and saying, okay, all I can do is be here, set my intention, and keep my heart as open and my being as in stillness and peace and connected to that sovereign divine pinpoint of consciousness that animates this form as best you can. To just keep dropping into that divine light that is guiding you, that divine light that is guiding you, and trust its wisdom. It knows where it's going.
Right. So, like at night, okay, when the fear waves are coming and it feels like intolerable to be in the body, it kind of feels to me like it really has me in a grip at night, in a way that during the day there's not as much of that, can be intense, but not that intense. What's your feeling about how to work with that? It just seems like just waves of suffering and pain and fear.
Pain is just pain. The only thing that causes it to be suffering is an idea that it needs to be different. So to just experience pain. And fear isn't real. Fear is the mind creating a projection. So to just be with the pain, whatever it is, and experience the experience. Anything else is resisting. What we resist persists. What we resist insists. It wants you. And as we push at it, it pushes back even more strongly.
Right. But there's a line between, I think, kind of indulging it in a certain way and going into presence. You know?
There's a difference between indulging and allowing. Indulging is like wallowing. It's got this story and it just keeps feeding it. So if you can just experience it and allow it to be what it is without the mind trying to fix it, going into fear about it, having thoughts about it, wondering when it's going to go away, to just experience it, to allow it to be here. What happens, it's so simple and it's so magical that most people miss it. I missed it for most of my life. To just experience what you're experiencing, what happens is it just dissolves. There's a movement that happens, or it softens.
See, I mean, I feel like I do experience it. You know, at night, I'm very much in the experience, and I'm in the experience of it. And at those moments, it's not like I feel like I even have access to a conscious finding effortlessly the light that I am, you know, the I Amness.
Right. The experience is the I Amness.
Oh.
That's what you're missing.
The experience. Oh.
Yeah. From expanded states of consciousness to sleepless, challenging nights, the experience is the I Amness. And it has purpose. It's recalibrating you on some level.
Rewired, completely rewired, you know.
Yeah.
I think it should be done by now, the 24/7.
Okay, so there's the resistance. It should be done by now. It's not done. Just be with it. Okay. What if it never changes? Be with that.
Oh.
Yeah.